Hi everyone. So today let's talk about the sulci and gyri which are present on the superolateral surface of the cerebral hemisphere. The diagram which you can see is that of the superolateral surface and this diagram illustrates the sulci and gyri which are present on the superolateral surface. First of all, the superolateral surface is divided into four lobes. The lobes being the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, the occipital lobe and the temporal lobe. And these lobes had been formed by means of two sulci and two lines. You can see the two sulci, one this sulci and the other this one. So this is the central sulcus and this is the lateral sulcus. The two lines are the imaginary line. This is the first line extending from the parieto-occipital sulcus up to the pre-occipital notch, while this one being the second imaginary line, which is basically the backward continuation of the lateral sulcus, and it extends from the lateral sulcus up to the first imaginary line. Okay, so thus these two sulci and these two imaginary lines had divided the superolateral surface into four lobes. Okay, first of all, talking about the frontal lobe, that is the sulci and gyri which are present on the frontal lobe. See, this is the central sulcus, the sulcus which is present in the center, and it is the only sulcus which will touch the lateral sulcus. Okay, so in original human brain specimen, you can identify the central sulcus as that sulcus which is touching the lateral sulcus. Okay, so this is the central sulcus. Now, the sulcus which is present in front of the central sulcus is the precentral sulcus, and the region extending between the central sulcus and the precentral sulcus, this region, this entire region, this is the precentral gyrus. Okay, now this region of the frontal lobe will consist of two sulci. The upper one sulci is the superior frontal sulcus, while the lower one is the inferior frontal sulcus, such that the superior frontal sulcus and the inferior frontal sulcus divide this region into three gyri: the superior frontal gyrus, the middle frontal gyrus and the inferior frontal gyrus. Okay, now this is the lateral sulcus. Now lateral sulcus consists of two parts. One is the stem of the lateral sulcus and the other part is the rami. Now the lateral sulcus consists of three rami. This rami which you can see is the posterior rami. Okay, this one, the first one is the anterior horizontal, while the second one is the anterior ascending rami. Okay, now this anterior horizontal and the anterior ascending rami divide the inferior frontal gyrus into three gyri. This is the first gyri. This first gyri is called as the pars orbitalis. The second one is called as the pars triangularis. You can see a triangle is being formed. Okay, see. A triangle is being formed. So this is the pars triangularis, and the third one being the pars operculum. Okay. So these were the sulci and gyri on the frontal lobe. Coming to the parietal lobe. First of all, as just in front of the central sulcus was present the precentral sulcus, similarly behind the central sulcus is present the postcentral sulcus. So this sulcus which you can see, and it has been drawn with the purple color. So this is the postcentral sulcus, and the region extending between the central sulcus and the postcentral sulcus is the postcentral gyrus. So this region is the postcentral gyrus. Okay, now this is the parieto-occipital sulcus, the sulcus between the parietal lobe and the occipital lobe. Next, within the parietal lobe, this sulcus which you can see is the intraparietal sulcus. Now because it is present within the parietal lobe, thus it has been termed as the intraparietal sulcus. This intraparietal sulcus divides the parietal lobe into the superior parietal gyrus and the inferior parietal gyrus. Okay, now see, this is the posterior rami of the lateral sulcus. The end of this posterior emi of the lateral sulcus, on this end is present a gyri. This is the gyri, and this gyri is known as the, this is the gyri, and this gyri is known as the supramarginal gyrus. Supramarginal gyrus is the gyrus which is present on the end of the posterior emi of the lateral sulcus. See, this is the posterior emi of the lateral sulcus, and this is the end. Okay, so on this end, the gyrus which is present is termed as the supramarginal gyrus. Okay, coming to the temporal lobe. So this is the temporal lobe. On the temporal lobe, you have two sulci. This first line which you can see, the first orange line which you can see, is the superior temporal sulcus, while the lower one is the inferior temporal sulcus. So the gyri which will be present are, first is the superior temporal gyrus. Now this superior temporal gyrus is present between the posterior emi of the lateral sulcus and the superior temporal sulcus. Okay, so once again repeating, the superior temporal gyrus is present between the posterior emi of the lateral sulcus. This is the posterior emi of the lateral sulcus and the superior temporal sulcus. Between the superior temporal sulcus and the inferior temporal sulcus is present the middle temporal gyrus, while below the inferior temporal sulcus is present the inferior temporal gyrus. Okay, now as I told that this is the superior temporal sulcus, so at the end of the superior temporal sulcus, again you have a gyrus, and this gyrus is termed as the angular gyrus. See, this was the supramarginal gyrus, while this one is the angular gyrus. Okay, coming to the occipital lobe. In the occipital lobe, only three sulci are present. The first one, this which you can see semicircle in shape, is the lunate sulcus. The lower one being the postcalcarine sulcus, while this upper one is the lateral occipital sulcus. Okay, so once again quickly revising the sulci and gyri which are present on the supralateral surface. First of all, this is the central sulcus, this is the lateral sulcus. Basically, this is the posterior emi of the lateral sulcus, this is anterior horizontal, while this is the anterior ascending rami. Okay, this is the precentral sulcus, and this is the postcentral sulcus. The one drawn with the pink is the precentral sulcus, while the one drawn with the purple is the postcentral sulcus. The region extending between the central sulcus and the precentral sulcus is the precentral gyrus, while the one extending between the central sulcus and the postcentral sulcus is the postcentral gyrus. Then you have superior frontal sulcus and the inferior frontal sulcus, thus dividing the frontal region into superior frontal gyrus, middle frontal gyrus, and the inferior frontal gyrus. The anterior horizontal and the anterior ascending rami divide the inferior frontal gyrus into three gyrus. The first one is the pars orbitalis, the second one is the pars triangularis, while the third one is the pars opercularis. Next, you have the parieto-occipital sulcus extending between the parietal lobe and the occipital lobe. Okay, and within the parietal lobe you have the intraparietal sulcus dividing the parietal lobe into superior parietal gyrus and the inferior parietal gyrus. Okay, next to that, on the end of the posterior emi of the lateral sulcus, you have a gyrus termed as the supramarginal gyrus. Okay, next to that, coming to the temporal lobe, there are two sulci present, the superior temporal sulcus and the inferior temporal sulcus, dividing the temporal lobe into the superior temporal gyrus, the middle temporal gyrus, and the inferior temporal gyrus. On the end of the superior temporal sulcus, you have a gyrus termed as the angular gyrus. Coming to the occipital lobe, the occipital lobe has only three sulci. The one which is semicircular in shape or half moon shaped is the lunate sulcus. This lower one is the postcalcarine sulcus, while the upper one is the lateral occipital sulcus. Okay, and the supralateral surface is divided into four lobes: the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, occipital lobe, and the temporal lobe by means of the central sulcus, lateral sulcus, the first imaginary line extending between the parieto-occipital sulcus up to the occipital notch. This point is called as the occipital notch, or more precisely it is termed as the pre-occipital notch. And the second imaginary line is the one which is the backward continuation of this lateral sulcus, and thus this second imaginary line extends between the lateral sulcus and the first imaginary line. So this was all about the Salkian gyri on the supralateral surface. Hope you liked my video. If you did so do hit on the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to my channel till yet, so do subscribe to my channel Fundamental Studies, and also press on the bell icon for latest updates and notifications. Thank you.